Remember when we talked about the Danish idea of hygge? That feeling when a space just wraps around you like a favorite sweater? Well, real coziness isn't about adding one throw blanket or lighting another candle. It's about the subtle design choices that make every room feel warm, inviting, and impossible to leave. To me, one of the biggest compliments is when someone says, "Your home is so cozy." So today, I'm sharing 8 timeless decorating tips I swear by. And trust me, they're too good to keep to myself. Stay with me to the end, because the last one changes everything. Layer rugs and textiles. Hardwood and tile floors are gorgeous, but on a chilly morning, they're not exactly kind to bare feet. A rug instantly adds warmth, not just in temperature, but in the way it softens sound and grounds the furniture in a room. If a single large rug isn't an option, layering smaller rugs works beautifully. In fact, a slightly mismatched look often feels even more inviting, like a collection built over time rather than bought in one afternoon. Mixing textures takes this further. Jute next to wool, a cotton runner over a grain sack base. These subtle combinations create a lived-in richness. Curtains fall into this same category. They frame the room, soften hard edges, and help a room feel dressed rather than unfinished. Even a lightweight linen panel can warm up a space visually. Layering between yourself and the floor literally keeps you cozier. It's the difference between standing in a kitchen that feels echoey and cold versus one that feels wrapped in fabric and life. And once the floors feel soft, the next step is creating the kind of glow that makes the whole room feel like there's a sunset inside. Light with warmth. Let me paint you a quick picture. 2 identical rooms, same furniture, same colors. One is lit with cool, bluish light. The other glows golden and soft. Which one feels warmer? Clearly, it's the second one. Remember, the temperature of your bulbs changes everything. Choose bulbs in the 2,700 to 3,000 Kelvin range. That's the cozy zone. Then layer your lighting. Don't rely on a single overhead fixture to do all the work. It's usually too bright, too harsh, and feels more like a dentist's office than a retreat. Add table lamps, floor lamps, sconces, anything that creates pools of light. Corners of a room should glow gently rather than disappear into shadow. Another thing people forget is where your light is coming from. Try using lamps at different heights. It's less about having more light and more about guiding the eye through the room so it feels calm and welcoming. Lowering light levels in the evening actually tells your body it's time to relax. It's why restaurants dim their lighting after sunset, not because they're hiding the menu, but because it feels intimate. Big lamps with soft shades spread light evenly, making a room feel like it's hugging you back. After warming up the lighting, check that your colors follow suit. A cool toned wall in a golden room can feel confused. Choose a warm palette. Colors carry temperature. Even whites and grays have undertones. Some feel crisp and cold, others buttery and soft. If you want a cozy atmosphere, earth tones and muted shades are your best friends. Think caramel, camel, rust, olive, ochre, deep cream. This doesn't mean repainting everything beige. You can keep your current scheme, but add warmth through accessories. Throw pillows in terracotta, wood frames instead of metal, an amber glass vase on the table. The goal is balance. Every room needs at least one element that looks sunlit, even at night. Always test paint colors at different times of day. A gray that looks warm at noon can turn icy by evening if your lighting doesn't complement it. Consistent undertones make the entire room feel harmonious rather than patched together. With the colors warm to the eye, bringing in nature makes them feel alive to the soul. We are going to give your space a sense of life. Bring nature indoors. Nothing cozies up a room like authentic materials, wood with grain you can feel, stone with tiny imperfections, woven baskets, linen that wrinkles beautifully. These surfaces age gracefully, developing character instead of looking worn out. Plants are another secret. They're cozy because they're alive. A simple fern on a nightstand or herbs on a kitchen sill can make a space feel cared for. And the pots, planters, and baskets you choose add texture too. Clay, rattan, and ceramic containers become decorative in their own right. If you struggle with real plants, faux greenery works. Just choose high-quality ones so they don't look obviously plastic. Even a single leafy branch in a vase adds movement and softness to a room filled with hard surfaces. And if nature is about life, then comfort is about softness. And that's where pillows and blankets come in glorious excess. Pillows and blankets everywhere. This is the rare moment where being extra is a good thing. It's time to embrace your inner pillow and blanket collector. In my home, no pillow is safe. We sit on them, hug them, toss them on the floor, and yes, sometimes stolen by family members for naps. And that's exactly the point. A cozy space isn't staged. It's meant to be used and enjoyed. Load up your sofa, chairs, even the bed with cushions of varying textures, velvet, knit, faux fur, flannel. Don't worry about things looking too perfect. The blankets get the same treatment. They're draped over chairs, folded at the end of beds, or casually left in a basket within arm's reach. If you're worried about clutter, pick a consistent color scheme so the abundance still feels intentional. Even 4 pillows on a single armchair can look chic if the shades play well together. To keep things feeling cozy rather than chaotic, try mixing pillow sizes and blanket textures instead of piling on duplicates. A large knit throw over the arm of a chair, a lighter cotton blanket at the foot of the sofa, and a mix of square and lumbar pillows create a layered look that feels inviting but still balanced. It's comfort you actually want to sink into, not a pillow avalanche waiting to happen. And while soft seating warms a space, bare walls can undo all that work. Let's dress them too. Dress up your walls. Bare walls can feel stark and unfinished, almost like the room is still waiting for someone to move in. Art and mirrors add warmth and personality. Even if you choose just one striking piece for a wall, make it intentional. Affordable sources are everywhere: Etsy, Society6, Redbubble, Decenio, and Minted. You can mix and match prints or hang an oversized canvas as a focal point. Mirrors do double duty, reflecting light around and making rooms feel both brighter and cozier. Don't be afraid to combine artwork and mirrors in the same room. A gallery wall with family photos, vintage finds, and small mirrors creates a lived-in feel instantly. The only mistake? Waiting too long to hang anything at all. The trick is to make your walls feel thoughtfully decorated. A gallery wall works best when there's balance, a mix of sizes and enough breathing room between frames. And if you're adding mirrors or artwork near entertainment systems or desks, take a moment for cable management. Nothing kills a cozy vibe faster than a tangle of wires creeping out from under the TV. By the way, are you more of a one big statement piece kind of person, or do you love a gallery wall with lots of smaller frames? Tell me in the comments. I'm curious which style feels cozier to you. And speaking of cozy, even the most beautiful room can feel incomplete if it doesn't smell as good as it looks. Smell like home. What you see sets the mood, but what you smell anchors the memory. Have you ever walked into a room and thought, "This feels like home," before you even noticed the furniture? That is scent working its magic. Candles are perfect here. They give you fragrance and a warm, dancing glow. And there's no substitute for real fire when it comes to coziness. If a fireplace isn't an option, candles are the next best thing. In fall and winter, try amber, sandalwood, or cedar. In spring and summer, switch to citrus or light florals. If you can't use open flames, diffusers and simmer pots still do a beautiful job. Scent isn't just decorative. It literally changes how warm a room feels. The smell of vanilla or cinnamon tricks the brain into imagining heat. It's part of why baking cookies feels so comforting. All right, when everything looks, feels, and smells cozy, the only thing left is to make sure the space feels undeniably yours. Add your personal touch. Cozy isn't about being perfect, it's personal. A room filled with beautiful things, but no personality feels too museum-like. Add those pieces that tell your story. A coffee mug with your favorite literary quote, a faux cowhide rug you've always wanted, or that vintage clock you found on a weekend trip. Treat yourself to a few signature items when giving your home a makeover. These small indulgences create a space that feels collected, not copied. Your home should reflect your life and story. Personal touches don't have to mean buying new decor for every corner. Sometimes it's about rearranging what you already own so it feels intentional. When people say, "Your home is so cozy," they're really saying, "This feels like you." And that's the ultimate design goal, a space that welcomes both you and everyone who walks through the door. See how small changes can turn any space into a warm retreat? If you're ready to take it further, this next video is filled with even more ideas to make your home feel like you never want to leave.